Boom! It's the kid. We're back in here again. The Women's World Cup has commenced. It has begun. And I think what I'll be trying to do are doing these kind of recap videos from time to time, just to, pretty much review the goings on that have been happening within this World Cup thing. And maybe I'll start to do reviews once the knockout stage starts. So I think, first of all, general thoughts before I go into specific games. I think general thoughts is you've really seen an improvement in the women's game. I think that is something that you can't deny. Is like there's definitely been a massive improvement in the quality. Because I remember when I first watched this thing back in the 90s, and you could definitely see there was a massive gap in quality between the women's game and the men's game. The quality there will always be that gap of quality. And I'll probably explain that a bit further, but I think there's depth. I mean, the games are entertaining. Like, I'll give you that. The games are bloody entertaining to watch, but I think you've definitely seen better organization, and it's still not there yet, but improvement in organization, improvement in tactical awareness, and just an improvement in how to employ a strategy for each team. So that's why, even watching all the games we watch have been bloody entertaining. So just for entertainment's value, stuff is damn entertaining to watch. But I do think that, the difference between the women's game and the men's game that will always exist, and this is something that will never, ever sort of be closed down, is that individual quality. As in you never really see, because it's very much about team. I don't know how much you want to read into that, but I think you very rarely see that one individual do something completely crazy. You don't see that individual beat 4 or 5 players, do a pirouette, chip the keeper. So you very rarely see that individual brilliance, which is what's made Marta so special, because Marta was that player who really brought in all of this kind of crazy stuff for as an individual. We'll get to Brazil. So I just think overall, obviously, I think really the biggest result came from France, winning 4-0. And the weird thing is, I think her name is Renat. I believe. Wendy Renat. It is so crazy. She literally runs exactly like Varane. It is weird. How the way that she runs, the way that she moves with the ball, just however it looks, it's like if she's like a Varane clone. The way that they move is almost exactly identical, which is crazy. But I think that is always what you need for the opening game. I mean, I remember I think it was 2006 Germany against Costa Rica, when Germany won 4-2 and Lam scored that crazy goal. You always need, the tournament really comes like when the host team really rolls in through. And I think for France, what they've shown there is they've laid down the gauntlet. Because even if I believe the favorites are America and Japan, England as outsiders, but I think America and Japan are really the two clear favorites. We have seen so many times that home advantage really elevates the team, because playing on home they can really elevate the psychology. I think for France, a very strong victory. I think they were clearly better than South Korea, and I think Henry scored a damn good goal. It was a damn quality goal by Henry. So I think in the other games, it's pretty much business as usual. You expected Germany to win. You expected Spain to win, but although in that Spain game, South Africa did have a player sent off. And in my opinion, I think the goal of the tournament has to go to Tembi Gatiana. I think Tembi Gatiana, look it up on YouTube. Quality goal. For me, still the goal of the tournament. Did a little jig, boom, into the far corner there. And look, I think the Falcons are out. The Falcons are out. I mean, I get that Norway are always a pretty strong team. In the women's game, I think Norway are probably like a tier 2 team. You can't defend like that. You can't play like that and expect to come out of the group. So I think by Nigeria losing that, it makes things very complex for them to try and get out of that group. Because that's the same group as France and South Korea. I don't see Nigeria getting anything against the host France. So the best bet is for them to beat South Korea and hope for the best, because I still say now Norway will definitely take care of South Korea. So, I just think Norway were definitely the better team, but the worst thing is when you lose by making mistakes. Lose by just being beaten by the better team. Then you have nothing to complain about. But to lose when you made mistakes and you could have played so much better, I think that is unfortunate. I think, obviously, Asasia Oshoala, I think she did her best. easily the best Nigerian player who plays for Barcelona. But I think, look, I mean, if you can't do everything on your own, you need others to help you. But I think really, obviously, you saw England get up and running, winning 2-1 against Scotland. So there, I think that was an important 3 points for them because that was like a little rivalry that they both had. Italy winning in the last minute. But I think really the star of the tournament so far and the top scorer in so far is Cristiane. Easily the best player of the tournament. And second best goal. That free kick she scored was insane. I mean, because I watched it live because I was in the office and I just tuned in live. That free kick, I was like, that's a damn good free kick. And I just think that, I believe Mata is missing for the tournament. And I think this is almost a similar narrative to the Copa America. Because remember, Neymar is apparently, even if he's a better player, Neymar is apparently missing from the Copa America, which means that it has opportunity for a David Neres or a Coutinho to really shine and really be the star. So already all the talk was about Mata, what's going to happen to Mata? Are they going to copy that Mata? But Cristiane people already forgetting about Mata. Cristiane has already put her name into the fold. And watching women's football, I've always said that Brazil have always been the most skilled team. It's just that America are more organized, and based on America's organization, that is how they've been able to win most of the World Cups. I think that they've won 4 now. But as far as entertainment, and remember I said that the women's game lacks that in individual quality. I think Brazil are the only team to have that individual quality. I think when you look at some of the football that some of these Brazilian ladies play, these ladies, they know how to play. So I think it's meant to be said. I mean, it would definitely be interesting to see if Brazil can just. I think whenever I've seen them play, they've always had those mistakes. I think I remember a Brazil-America game that they played where Brazil they outplayed America, but America got the job done, and Brazil just had so many mistakes, which led to them losing the game. So it remains to be seen. It remains to be seen what they can do. So. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's been pretty exciting. It's been because I mean, the thing about this is like it's about opening your mind to stuff, and even if for me I was sort of apprehensive of like, okay, Women's World Cup and everything, but I said, you know what, let me, because I was going to watch really the Nigeria games because I just feel like I have to, but I think now watching all the other games and watching the games the World Cup games, I'm like. This is actually pretty. I mean, like, this it's different. I mean, because you have to understand is like, me. I am a very hardcore, detailed football analyst. So there are times when I'm watching the game, I'm like, wait, why would you make that pass? Why would you do that? Why would you? So because I'm so used to watching the men's game in such clear detail, I do have to sort of readjust my brain watching the women's game. And I think my Tokyo partner, I think he said it best. The women's game is just a different game. It's almost a different sport. And I think that's actually a great way to explain it when it's like, because if I go in there expecting to see stuff that's on Mbappe and a Messi, a Cristiano do, then you're not going to see that, because the fact is that those individuals are the best players in the world. So there's no woman that's going to be able to be on the same skill level as a Messi, a Neymar, and Mbappe, or a Hazard. That's not going to happen. You're just not going to see that. But I think, as I said again, for entertainment, this was bloody entertaining. That can't be denied. For entertainment, goal-mouth action, and the thing about this is that I think it's almost a different psychology. I think someone mentioned this to me. I can't remember who it was. See, in the women's game, and I think there's a difference between women and men. Women play the game very earnestly, and they play the game sort of in the right way. So everyone wants to attack. There is no real I don't see, unless I'm wrong, I don't think there's any kind of aspects of diving, cheating. Everything is played in the honest way. But when you now get into the men's game, that's where things get a bit dicey and a bit complex, because you now see guys time wasting, slowing the game down. Because I think there's a lot more at stake. It doesn't there's no more at stake, but I think that for guys, it just you do get some boring games because of how much is at stake. I remember, like, what's it called? What was it? It was the World Cup 2014 semi-final, Holland against Argentina. I think there were like 2 chances in that entire game because it was the flipping semi-final, because there was so much flipping at stake. So yeah, I mean, so look, so more games obviously to come. I'll try, and Japan are still to play. I think Japan are going to be one of the favorites because they won the World Cup, I think, 8 years ago, I believe. USA, defending champions, they're the ones expected to win. Obviously, they're going up against Thailand, and I think they're expected to win. Hopefully, I've got a rep from my African side. Cameroon face Canada. Hopefully, Cameroon can do something against Canada and can get some points on the board for the African teams. But yeah, man. So I'll definitely try and look at another recap. And yeah, I mean, look it up because I think most of the highlights are on YouTube. Cristiane, maybe named after the old Cristiane, but Cristiane. I mean, I think pretty interesting player right there. So we'll see how everything goes. Peace out. Yo guys, the merch store is here. Click in the description box below to take yourself to the flipping Have a Football Hot clothing store, merch store, man. And you can get yourself a nice little tee like this, man. So in the description box below, click it, get your shirts. Once you get your shirts, post a picture of yourself with the shirts and send it back to your boy here. We can ride on through, man. Bada bing, bada 3 smacks, football Hot. We're trying to live, we're trying to exist.